Hey everyone, welcome back. Story time starts now. Subscribe and tap the bell so you're always in the loop. The one night that cost her everything. Evelyn came home that Wednesday evening with a faint smile curling the edge of her lips. She dropped her heels by the door, her keys on the entry table, and made her way straight to the bathroom without saying much. She spent nearly 40 minutes behind the door. The sound of running water, a blow dryer, and drawers opening and closing echoed faintly into the hallway. In the kitchen, Marcus stirred the sauce one last time before setting the table. He'd prepared dinner with care, a small gesture meant to reignite something between them. Lately the distance had grown. Their words were fewer, their silences heavier. He hoped tonight would help. They sat together at the table. The initial silence wasn't unusual. Both tired, both consumed by the week's wait. But as they began eating, Evelyn spoke. She talked about the tension at work, looming layoffs, departmental restructuring, and a new leadership role opening up. Marcus listened attentively. She'd always been driven, and he admired her ambition. But as she went on, her words began to feel off. She mentioned her supervisor, Richard, and how he seemed impartial in public but showed a certain kind of attention to specific women in the office. Late-night meetings, private jokes, exclusive access. Then she paused, set her fork down, and looked directly at Marcus. Her tone shifted. "I've made a decision," she said. "You might think it's irrational at first, but it's not. Smart. Strategic." She inhaled slowly, then continued. "This Friday after work, I'm meeting Richard at a hotel. He invited me. I accepted." Marcus blinked. She didn't stop. "It's a one-time thing. No feelings. No fallout. Just leverage. He's the one deciding who gets the promotion, and this will guarantee I get it. I'm tired of waiting while others climb the ladder. I deserve more." Marcus stared at her. Not in anger. Not yet. He was trying to process the words. He thought maybe it was a cruel joke, some kind of reverse psychology game. But her face was calm, cold. There wasn't an ounce of guilt in her voice. "I wanted to be honest," she said. "Better than hiding it. Just sex means nothing. It's for us. For our future." He took a long sip of wine. She watched him, waiting for the explosion. But none came. He nodded, stood up quietly, and walked away. Later that night, she fell asleep easily, as if the confession had lightened her soul. But Marcus lay awake in silence, staring at the ceiling. Her words echoed in his head like a drumbeat. "It's just one night. Just sex. It's for us." But something inside him had shattered. And in that moment, under the weight of her betrayal, he made a decision. The next morning Marcus woke early. He made coffee just like always and left it steaming on the table. Then he left for work. Only he didn't go to the office. That week, while Evelyn played her charade, Marcus met with a divorce attorney. He laid out the situation, provided names, timelines, and intentions. The lawyer nodded grimly. Marcus wasn't looking for sympathy. He wanted action. Swift and irreversible. He also opened a new bank account in only his name and began slowly separating assets. No drama. No warning. But there was one final piece he needed. Undeniable evidence. One morning, while Evelyn was in the shower, he carefully unzipped her handbag and inserted a discreet audio device, embedded into the seam. It would stream directly to his phone. That Friday, at exactly 11:28 a.m., he heard her voice through the app. She was talking to her friend Danielle, joking casually about weekend plans. Then another voice entered the background. "Will." Commanding. "Richard. Got a minute?" he asked. Evelyn asked her friend to hold. Then the door closed behind them. Click. Tone changed. "Still good for tonight?" Richard asked. "Already booked the room," Evelyn replied. "You won't regret this," he said. "You're next in line for the promotion." "Don't be loud," she whispered. "Not here." Muffled kissing followed. The sounds of her breath quickening. Then his voice again. "This is just the beginning." Marcus sat still, jaw clenched. And steady. There was no more guessing. Now it was time to act. At 5:34 p.m., Marcus dialed a number he had found on Evelyn's phone earlier that week, labeled only as RM Home. It belonged to Richard's wife, Cassandra. "Hello," she answered, wary. "Cassandra," he asked. "My name's Marcus. Please don't hang up. I need you to listen. This is about your husband. And my wife." There was silence, but no disconnection. So he continued. "They're meeting tonight. Monarch Hotel. Room 1407. I have audio proof. A live stream from a mic in her purse. I can send it to you. But I have a better idea. Catch them in the act." Her voice was colder now. "You're sure?" "I've never been more sure." "I'll be there," she snapped. "And I'll make sure they regret it." He sent her the details. Reservation. Room number. Everything. That night, Evelyn left home dressed for seduction, calling it a networking dinner. Marcus opened the car door for her, kissed her cheek, and told her to enjoy the evening. She smiled, not suspecting a thing. At 8:14 p.m., he activated the live stream. He heard her check in, greet Richard, enter the room. Kisses, promises, laughter. Then came the knock, 3 sharp bangs on the door. "Silence," Evelyn whispered. "Who is it?" A woman's voice screamed from the hallway. "Open the door, Richard. I know you're in there. And I know who you're with." The door creaked open. Cassandra burst in, phone recording, fury blazing. "So this is how you get promoted," she shouted. "Sleeping your way up. You just burned 2 marriages to the ground." Evelyn scrambled for the sheet. Richard stood frozen. Cassandra turned to him. "Don't bother coming home." Then she turned back to Evelyn. "And you? Your husband deserves better." She walked out, slamming the door behind her. Before she even reached the elevator, the footage was already sent to Richard's CEO, board members, and legal department. No editing. No context needed. Marcus received a message from Cassandra. "It's done." Within minutes, he sprang into action. He transferred all funds from their joint accounts into his private one, blocked Evelyn's cards, changed the smart lock code to their home. The house, once theirs, was now his alone. He placed her packed bags in the garage, along with an envelope containing signed divorce papers. At 10:59 p.m., Evelyn arrived home. She tried the keypad. Locked out. She knocked. Marcus stood behind the door. "Your bags are in the garage. The papers are inside the envelope." She choked on her words. "Marcus, please. I did this for us." "No," he replied. "You did it for you. And now you live with that choice." He slid the envelope beneath the door. Moments later, she stood in the garage, tears on her cheeks, staring at her own suitcases. With nowhere else to go, she returned to the hotel. When she knocked, Richard opened the door slowly. "They saw it?" she asked. "Did they see the video?" He didn't answer right away. Then, with dead eyes, said, "We're fired. Both of us. Kyo saw it. Legal saw it. There's nothing left." He panicked. "What now? What do we do?" He laughed bitterly. "We. There is no we. You ruined my life. Now get out." "Can I stay tonight?" "No." She dragged her suitcase down the hotel hallway, humiliated and alone. Over the next weeks, the scandal exploded. Messages leaked. Screenshots circulated. No company would hire Richard again. His marriage was over. Cassandra filed for divorce with overwhelming evidence. As for Evelyn, no job, no home, no husband. Her name became a whisper of disgrace. Marcus never looked back. Because some betrayals don't need rage. Their weight is in their silence. And Evelyn's betrayal was loud, even when no one spoke a word. Thanks for listening. End of story.